All right. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Go ahead and let me know in the chat if you guys can hear. Let me type over here too, let everybody know we're live. We are live. I think. Okay. Refresh if you don't see. Okay. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me clearly, let me know in the chat. You might have to refresh. Let's see here. Refresh, maybe. Is it live? Oh, okay, yep, we are live. All right, yes, refresh. Okay, so refresh. Everybody type refresh the screen if you can hear me loud and clear. Everybody type refresh the screen if you can hear me loud and clear. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this because I don't wanna hold up too much of your time. I'm so appreciative for you guys to all be here and definitely excited about today. We have some guests that we're gonna be bringing on and we're gonna have a good time. So if you can hear me, go ahead and type refresh the screen. Refresh the screen in the chat. Type refresh the screen in the chat. Type refresh the screen in the chat. Refresh the screen. Okay. Refresh the screen. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get into the presentation. So today we are here discussing the speaker and coaches class. And so we are here for anyone who is a speaker. If you're a coach, if you wish to be one, if you're an author especially, you are at the right place at the right time, okay? So we're definitely excited to hear you guys. Tell everybody if they cannot hear to refresh the screen so they can hear. Okay, so eager specimen. By the way, y'all can change your name on the chat. If you want to change your name, you just simply click on your name and then it'll allow you to go click on your name in the chat and then it'll let you update your name. So if you want us to be able to, you could change your nickname. So the chat creates really neat, cute names. It's funny. I don't know. But you can definitely click on your name and update it so that we can know what your name is. Okay. All right. Yes. Refresh the screen. Refresh so you can hear. By the way, just so you guys know, what we're utilizing is a chat software that is also integrated on our software that we provide to our clients. And so I was looking for a way to create a webinar type of feature where you don't have to pay for necessarily a webinar. So for all of our BPC Elite and Inner Circle members, I got some stuff I'm gonna be showing y'all. So anyways, okay, y'all, so let's get into this. So again, the speaker and coaches class. So again, you can update your name if you want me to be able to see what your name is in the chat. Today's topics are going to be about why many speakers and coaches never are making over $10,000 per year and how we're going to change that. We're also going to discuss the $10,000 per month strategy. Now, this is the deal. We have individuals who are actually doing that. Okay, so they are actually making $10,000 a month. And so even if you don't necessarily believe that you can make $10,000 a month, I'm just a respecter. I know that God is no respecter of one. And I believe that if others can do it, then you can actually believe in yourself as well to at least make $5,000 to $10,000 a month. Hello? And then we're going to talk about the third secret is which we're going to be talking to you guys about Project 1000. Project 1000, okay? So super excited about this. Now, the disclaimer that I want to give to you guys, number one, this is not a get-rich-quick opportunity. This is also not for the person who does not want to put in work, okay? We're going to show you strategies on how you can be able to work 2 to 4 hours a day, but you have to be willing to stay consistent. So this is not something where we promise that if you just get started with us, we guarantee your success. No, you got to really be able to stay plugged in, okay? And if your only goal is to make money, I'm just going to let you know this may not be the best fit for you. And the reason why it may not be the best fit is because the truth is that in order to, I believe, to have continual success in anything, it's got to be bigger than the money. There has to be a complete passion to be able to want to change the lives of individuals through the journey that you have lived. And so we are looking for speakers and coaches who truly care about leaving legacy and wanting to leave an impact in this world. Now, I would like for everybody to do me a favor in the chat space. I want you to do type in what we call your intro statement. Your intro statement is how you introduce yourself, and we want you to start off with telling us basically who is your target audience that you want to serve and how you're going to serve them. So I help single mothers to launch their own business in 30 days. I help school teachers to learn how to increase the grade scores of their children, of their class, their students. I help nurses learn how to, create a supplemental stream of income or whatever, right? So I want you guys to type your help statement in the chat space and do your best to do 20 words or less, okay? 20 words or less. Go ahead and type those help statements in the chat. Type them in the chat. I want to get a chance to know who you guys are. So type that in the chat. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about who we are, if you don't mind, while you guys are typing that in the chat. So Book Profits Club. So we are here to discuss Book Profits Club, everything that we have to offer. We are a club that's actually designed for speakers and coaches and those in the network marketing space that truly want to be able to learn how to build a business. The reason why we call it Book Profits Club is because we believe that you can do it through books. We were founded in 2019 by yours truly, Taria Vision-Avant. We've coached over 20,000 plus people since 2009, but we saw a need for systems. We saw a need that people needed help with systems. And so we wanted to help you guys to get booked, to be on more stages. We wanted to be able to help you to have better strategies so that you can bring on more clients, so that you can have more opportunities for exposure and all of that. And again, our goal is to get you exposure and experience and do it all in the right environment. So Show Your Success is the company that actually is our umbrella company. And since we started back in we started Show Your Success in 2015. Well, we actually started way before then, but we started doing the workshops in 2015. And when we started with the mission of being able to help individuals to become published authors. So we've helped more than 6,000 speakers and coaches to become published authors. Over $10 million in sales, y'all. Look, we got to give it up for that. So I'm sorry. I just realized it might be echoing because I don't even got my earphones in. So if it's echoing, let me know in the chat. Is it echoing, y'all? Is it echoing, Daria? You can shake your head. Let me know. Yes or no. It is echoing? Okay.
A little bit.
All right. Let me go ahead and fix that real quick, y'all. Uno momento, por favor. I just thought about that as soon as I did. Well, at least we didn't go too far into it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So let's go ahead and connect. One second. You said it's not echoing for you guys? Okay, that's fine. I'm going to still just make sure that I put on my headphones just in case, because I don't want it to echo for you guys. So hopefully that sounds better, or if it was echoing for anyone. So we've helped produce more than $10 million in sales since 2015. Our main goal is to teach you guys how to leverage your book or future book to make multiple streams of income and how to get exposure, okay? And our goal is also to show you how to work 2 to 4 hours a day and making over $10,000 a month. Now, let me shout out some of those you guys who have put in the chat space what you do. You have Sharon Baker Boykin, helping business professionals to protect their loved ones by getting their stuff in order with a legal estate. Heather, I position aspiring authors and speakers to begin to heal through sharing their stories by writing, speaking, and educating. Shantae says, I educate people about the true story of Genesis. Okay, come on now, girl. And the history of the Bible in general. All right. Then we have, I help entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs break free from the cycle of identity crisis that have prevented them from fulfilling their God-given purpose. Who is that? I know that intro statement, because it says interesting creature. So if you want to update your name, you can click on your name and you can update it. Outgoing civilian. Aren't these names funny in the chat? Y'all can update y'all names to your first and last name so that we know who you are. She says, or he says, I help others believe in themselves by showing them they can capture their dreams. Miss Manners says, I help ladies move from ordinary to extraordinary lifestyles to be more successful in their personal and professional goals. All right, y'all can go ahead and keep on typing in the chat. Now, the clients that we have worked with in the past, y'all, we have helped them to be on several platforms, from the top of the top, Fox, ABC, News, all that stuff. We've also helped any of our clients become TEDx speakers, and we will continue to do that because let me tell you something, exposure and also the opportunity of experience with the right environment is the way to go. This is how you increase your value in the marketplace and you make more money. So our biggest goal is to be able to increase your exposure. Hello? Book Profits Club, again, like I said, is about helping speakers, coaches, and networkers to get the exposure and experience in the right environment. And at the same time, teaching you guys how to promote yourself, profit, and getting your books, your businesses, your products, your services to perform. These are pictures of some of our top 3 income earners from the last conference that we had. We have another conference that's going to be coming up in Atlanta in December. We'll be opening up ticket sales in July. We have some big announcements that are coming. So make sure that you guys definitely stay plugged in. Now, before we get started, I just want to reiterate, yes, we work with you guys and show you how to use your books, but you do not need to be an author for these principles to help you. In fact, our top income earner from our last conference, she's been a part of Book Profits Club for over almost a year and a half now, and she did not have her book for the first half to I don't know, maybe the first year. Okay, so we're going to teach you principles that work universally, but of course, if you have a book or you're working on it, it's going to help. But we can also help you guys get your book done within a week. And as you can see, we also have amazing publishers who are part of Book Profits Club. You don't need to have everything figured out, okay? In fact, if I could be transparent, we'd rather you not even try to figure it out. Because a lot of times if you come to the table with doing bad habits, how many of us have ever heard that it's much harder to break a bad habit than to create a new one, right? And so we want to show you how to be able to be effective. You know, in our culture, many of us have been told that in order to make a lot of money, you got to work very long and very hard. That is not the truth. So we want to change that mindset and be able to show you guys how to have success. Also, you just have to have a goal to speak and coach what you have learned in this journey of life. So everybody here, you have typed in the chat your intro statement. You let us know what it is that you do. We want you to leverage what you've experienced in your life and learn how to effectively market yourself so that you can attract more people so that you can make more money. Amen? So secret number 1, let's talk about why many speakers and coaches never make over $10,000 a year. First of all, I want to do a business success score. Now, I'm going to ask you guys to calculate. It's going to be a list of 10 items, and I want you to give yourself a point for each one of the items that you actually have. I do not want you to share it in the chat because I'm also going to reveal some stuff that statistically has proven to be true when it comes to success of entrepreneurs. So keep it to yourself. Okay, I'm not trying to put you on blast street. All right. So for each one of these items, if you don't even know what it is, 9 times out of 10, you don't have it. Okay. So I want you to identify what your business success score is. Remember, keep it to yourself and type it in the chat. Give yourself 1 point if you have a CRM. Give yourself 2 points or another point if you have a sales funnel and website builder. Another point if you have a software that does surveys and forms. Another point if you have a software that does email marketing. Give yourself another point if you have two-way SMS marketing messaging that doesn't have a limit on characters. Very important. Give yourself another point if you have booking and appointment calendar software. Give yourself another point if you have a membership and course builder. That means you can create courses and host them. Give yourself another point if you have a sales dialer and call tracker. That means you have a software that actually dials out clients or dials out prospects and it tracks and records. Give yourself another point if you have a software that actually does reputation management. That means it can email out everybody on your list and say, leave me a review. Because how many of us know we believe what other people say about others before we believe what they say about themselves? And then number 10, if you have something that tracks your numbers, so it tracks your leads, it tracks your new customers, etc., and it gives you a spreadsheet. So out of all of these, I want you to go ahead and evaluate what your score is. And let me show you a statistic. Have you guys heard of the statistic that 80% of most businesses do not survive past 5 years of business? Don't type your y'all don't type your answers in the chat. But listen, I'm not mad if you guys are willing to be honest, but y'all don't have to. I don't want nobody to feel, because I want us to start, like we say we want to do business, Taria. We say, Daria, I want to do business. I'm serious. I want to grow my business, but we don't have the proper tools in place, okay? And I'm going to tell you this. And who was it that says I teach people how to live by understanding the Genesis, right? In Genesis, what was the first thing that was done? What did God do? He spoke. He spoke life. And many of us, we say we want big business. We say we want big business, but we're not willing to do what it takes to get it done. Amen. And so y'all, we got to invest. So if your score was 0 to 4, you fall into the bracket where 80% of most businesses actually fail within their first 5 years of business. If your score was between 5 and 7, you're in the bracket where they say about 15% of them, they maybe last up to 8 years. But those of you guys who are investing truly in yourself, you're falling into the 5 percentile bracket. Now, I'm sure many of you guys heard that typically it's about 3 to 5% of the population who controls 97% of the world's income. These are the bigger businesses, the Fortune 100 to Fortune 500 businesses. And if we ever plan to get to a space where we might not want to be a Fortune 500, okay? But maybe you want to be able to have a business that can sustain, that can be automated, where you don't always have to be in place. Praise Jesus, y'all. I've been in business since 2000. I've been a coach since 2015. We just did an interview for our COO, Chief Operating Officer. And the reason why I can hire her is because I have all 10 in place. And she could literally come in, guys, and just get things rocking and rolling. And so I want everybody to get to the space of where you have 10. Now, if you are a BPC Elite member, then you already have all 10. Now, I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot. It's a lot of software. And so what we want you to also understand is that, what do they say? Rome wasn't built in a day. And so in order to build a strong foundation, then we want to make sure that you guys know what you need to do. All right. Now, typically, if you were to have all of these softwares individually, and then on top of, for those of you guys who actually have coaches, if you got a coach, if you have a business coach, a life coach, a finance coach, a wellness coach, a relationship coach, any of them coaches where you actually spend money on somebody's intellectual property, I want you to type 1 in the chat. If you have a coach, type 1 in the chat. Because just to have a good coach, you're going to be spending money too. So on top of you having all of these softwares and coaching, we're talking about anywhere between $7,000 all the way up to almost $9,000 a month that you would be investing. And typically this is for somebody who's looking to build a business that's doing over $250,000. Now I want y'all to also think about this to yourself. You don't have to type it in the chat. But if you knew that in order for you to have $250,000 business, right, that you would have to invest about $7,000 a month, I mean, that means you're making way more than $8,000 a month, okay? If you knew that in order to do that, how many of us would do it? And I find that many people that say, I want to have a business that does $250,000, and I ask them, okay, what's your business success score? They say it's a 1 or 2. I say, well, are you really preparing yourself to have a business that's doing that? You can't wait until you need it. You got to do it now so that you actually are, so you're actually working in the space for it to happen. Amen? All right. Now, we do believe over here at Book Profits Club that being an author of a printed book is absolutely helpful, and it can allow you to really put yourself in places that, guys, I just want you to be on. I want to be honest that many times you wouldn't be able to be, right? Now, if you are an author, I know I said type 1, but I just told y'all to type 1. So type 2. If you are already an author in the chat, if you are already an author, type 2. Now, if you are a future author, I want you to go ahead and type 3. Okay, so if you're already an author, type 2. If you're a future author, I want you to type 3. Okay, I just want to see. And look, there's no shame here, because even if you're a future author, guys, we can literally show you how to get the book done ASAP. We're not talking about something that's going to be you know, a 500-page book. We're not doing that, okay? But we do understand the value of that and how to leverage your book to build multiple streams. In fact, we recommend that when you become an author of the right book, you then learn how to leverage it, okay? And that's what we're here to do, okay? Now, 80% of speakers and coaches, as I told you guys, they're making less than $10,000 a year. And these are 4 reasons why we believe. Okay, we got a lot of authors, and I see us, some future authors in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Love to see it. Love to see it. So the first reason why we believe a lot of speakers and coaches are not making money is because they're not niched. Niches get riches. Now, what do I mean by that? A lot of us guys, I see so many people that it's like we hear what these other people are saying, and then we try to go and duplicate it. Guys, at the end of the day, let me tell you why people will pay you. The reason why people will pay you to come and speak, the reason why people will pay for your courses, the reason why people will buy your products is because you're helping to solve a specific problem. If you're talking about something that people are not searching for, you're not solving a problem. You're not making money. Now, granted, there is a difference between having a purpose and then having a solution. Every single one of us have a purpose here in this world. My purpose in this world is to impact the lives of 10 million men and women in mind, body, and soul. But my solution that I'm currently using right now is helping speakers, coaches, and network marketers make over $10,000 a month working 2 to 4 hours a day. Big difference. And so what most of us lead with is we lead with our purpose instead of creating a specific solution. Y'all, how do I impact people in mind, body, and soul? First, if I can help you make some money, you're going to listen. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, let me know in the chat. So we got to learn how to niche it down. And the easiest way to niche down what it is that you help people with is think about one situation that you have been through. We've got so many incredible stories here. We have people who have overcome heartbreak. We have people who've overcome the loss of a loved one. We have people that have overcome, dare I say it, perimenopause. Y'all gonna hear from somebody in a minute that's gonna talk about it. And for those of y'all who don't know it, if you are between the ages, 35 and 50, listen and pay attention. We have people who have overcome being fired from a job unfairly. We have people who have overcome working in a space where you were not respected. We have people who have overcome learning how to write a book where you had no clue how to get started. We have people who have overcome, do y'all understand what I'm saying? To the smallest things. Let me give y'all something where people are making millions. There's people who make millions who teach busy entrepreneurs how to train their bad-tailed dogs. Now, luckily, y'all, I got a good dog. He's to a point, to a degree. He liked to bark a lot, but child, my dog is good. But I learned how to train him early. Amen. And so many of us, we try to be too broad with our transformations. We're not very specific about what it is that we offer. And when you're not specific, then people don't understand. And what people don't understand, people do not buy. Number 2, no audience. When I hear people that tell me, child, well, everybody needs what I got. You're right. Everybody does need what you have. But let me tell you something. 9 times out of 10, the people that are going to buy from you are generally going to be the person who relates to you, especially more than ever today. Your target audience is going to be you. Woo. I hope somebody walks away with something right now. I hope that was a big aha. Y'all, your target audience, and many of us are afraid to niche it down to just us. But y'all, last time I checked, it's 8 billion people in the world. Last time I checked, I don't know how many black folks it is, but it's a lot. I don't know how many Caucasian people it is, but it's a lot. I don't know how many Spanish people it is, but it's a lot. Last time I checked, it's a lot of men. And last time I checked, it's a lot of women. Last time I checked, it's a person turning 18 every single day, every single hour, every single minute. Y'all, narrow it down. Niches get riches. And so when you have a specific target audience, you're able to have conversations with them. People, I'm gonna give you a prime example. Majority of my clients have either been single, they're either single women. Majority of my clients are either single women or for a very long time they were single. For several years, before I started attracting married people, before I started attracting men, before I started attracting different nationalities, most of the people that were signing up were the people who said, girl, I see myself in your shoes. Does that make sense, guys? And so we're so afraid to narrow down our audience. But then when you get on social media, you have nobody to talk to because you're trying to talk to everyone. Guys, and even to this day, I still talk to the same audience. But guess what? Because I've worked and gotten receipts, my opportunity of exposure has expanded. Amen? Number 3, no marketing. Now, I'm not going to ask y'all this, but I want y'all to just think to yourself. For those of you guys who think that marketing is posting on social media 4 to 6 times a day, that is not marketing. Think about it, guys. On average, if you think about if you go to one of your posts, if you have your account set up as say your Instagram is set up as a business profile, you typically can click on a link on each one of your posts that says view insights. And you'll notice that Instagram will literally only share your post to about 1% of your audience, if that. So what you're telling me is that you spent all this time trying to build up this massive following for Instagram to only share it to 1% of your audience. Then they determine if they're going to expand it to another 1 to 5% based upon what that 1% does. Does that make sense? So does that sound like effective marketing? No, it does not. Marketing is so much more than just posting on social media. Matter of fact, I have very wealthy friends who barely even have a social media presence because they invest into marketing. This is why being an author is so effective, because it's one of the best ways for you to market yourself. For those of you guys that typed in the chat that you're an author, are y'all still with me? I just want to make sure, because I don't see no chat. So y'all still with me? Let me know in the chat. Just want to make sure y'all still with me. And so back to what I was saying. Those of you guys who said you're authors, I would set a goal every single month that I would be giving my book away to 5 to 10 people that have a platform. 5 to 10. Whether it's somebody on a radio station, whether it's somebody with a podcast, whether it's somebody who hosts a conference, anybody that has multiple ears listening to them, I would be giving away copies of my book. Does that make sense, guys? And so you've got to learn what marketing actually is. And I'm sorry, social media is a very small percentage. You do not need to have 20,000 followers to get to the bag. But what you do have to do is know how to effectively leverage the tools that you have so that you can gain exposure. And then also only focusing on one stream of income. I'm going to show you guys today how you can have 3 streams of income that can take your business to a 6 to 7 figure business. Last year, we had the largest year we've ever had, multiple 6 figures. I'm not going to give y'all the number because I don't know who listening. Multiple 6 figures, y'all, with 3 main streams of income. And no, not 3 different businesses. I do not operate multiple businesses. In fact, my income went up when I got rid of some of the businesses that I was trying to do. Woo! Oh, that was a revelation. That was a revelation. My income went up when I got rid of some of the other businesses that I was trying to do. And so you can have one business, but you meet people where they are, which allows you to build multiple streams of income. Now, here's why we believe you should write a book. Number 1, you can get paid now. For those of you guys who are not yet an author, you could literally go out and put a post that you have a book coming out in the fall. And you can start actually making money now. And depending upon how you title it, depending upon what it's about, it can even open up speaking opportunities. You can also leverage your book. We had a young lady who put out that she had a book that was going to be coming out. And I forget the exact title, but it was centered around what to do your first year in college. Very specific. She had 2 high schools that hit her up with hundreds of students that said, hey, we saw your book. We want you to come and speak at our school. Imagine that, leveraging something that is coming out. A book is easy to do. Now, I know some of y'all say, Taria, because I've been working on this book for 5 years. You haven't. Let's be honest, y'all. We haven't been working on the book for 5 years. We've just been talking about the book for 5 years, right? We haven't been working on it. We've just been talking about it. But if we truly believed that this book that I need to have out here in the world is going to change lives, you know for a fact it's going to change lives. You wouldn't be procrastinating on it, right? So 5 to 6 hours, we have a technique where we can teach you within 5 to 6 hours, literally, if you're serious about this, how to get laser focused and get that book done. The right book creates multiple streams of income. Now, for those of you guys who provide services here, maybe you're saying, well, I'm not a speaker, I'm not a coach, but can this still work for me? We actually have a young lady who's a massage therapist. And after we did our strategy session, we broke it down how she could create a book that talks about how to be able to live a stress-free life as a busy career person. I forget what the exact title, executive, something like that, right? And so in the book, she has 7 steps to living a stress-free life. One of the steps, of course, was massages. Now, what she did was she created a special technique for her massage that includes stretching, meditation, as well as aromatherapy. She charges high ticket for it, okay? And then another one of her strategies is aromatherapy. So she sells that. Another one is meditation. Well, she don't do the meditation, but she knows someone who has a meditation CD. So that's another stream of income. Literally, her book, just by creating 7 steps, is building multiple streams of income utilizing the products and services that she already uses. And because she's written about it, it's kind of like up there, no disrespect to my doctors out there, because y'all worked hard to get these titles, but I'm just going to tell you, because I wrote a book about depression, it's put me on panels with doctors. And when I was finished speaking on that panel, everybody was waiting in the line, not to talk to the person who went to school, but the person who's actually talking about what they did. Amen. And so it allows you to build multiple streams of income. And then the final reason is global expansion. See, your book can go places that you can't go. Last year, we had over 30 authors. And one of the young ladies that I'm going to bring on, she was with us. We went to South Africa, guys. We went to, hold up, let me do this. We went to South Africa. Oh my God, a dream. I've always wanted to go to South Africa. And we went, 30 of us went. We did TEDx out there. We went to schools. And guess what? We were able to leave our books with these schools. We're back in the U.S. Our books, though, are in South Africa. And who knows where those books have traveled to since we've left. The great thing about the right book, when we talk about leaving legacy, is it truly allows you to leave legacy all over the world. Side note, if we were to do a trip next year, let's just say, I want y'all to type number 1 if y'all would like to come with us to West Africa, where we'll do a trip to Ghana and Nigeria. We're going to visit the castles in Ghana, the slave trade castles. I think everybody should go. I don't care what your nationality is. You need to go. We'll also visit some schools that I actually did some work with in Ghana. And then we will go to Nigeria to do a conference. Type 1 for that. And if you would like to go with us to Dubai, I want you to type 2 for that. We're going to do a conference in Dubai. I'm done with, we're going to do our own BPC trips. So if you want to go to Africa, type 1, West Africa. If you want to go to Dubai, type 2, or both, you could type 3. I want to go to both. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so good. I just want to do that. So for those of you guys who said, Taria, but I'm not an author, listen, don't worry about it, guys. Don't let that stress you out. You can start leveraging a book now that don't even come out to the winter, but you can leverage it to get in front of massive people. And we're going to show you how to build multiple streams of income. Okay, I'm seeing some 1s and 2s and some 3s. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, we're probably going to work on the West African trip first. I'm just letting y'all know. And then we'll do Dubai. So just be on the lookout. I already have the connections. And so we're going to be, for sure, those will be the goals, and I want you guys to just really kind of set yourself up for success to come to both, okay? But yes, writing a book is the easy part. Now, how many of you guys have ever heard of any of these people? Kara King, Donald S. Passman, Chris Voss. Any of you ever heard of any of these people? Let me know. Has anybody heard of any of these people? 9 times out of 10, you probably haven't. But look at their book covers. The power of the P word. You know. I don't know. I know that you can say that word, but to me, I'm just not going to say that word. I just can't. It's really vulgar. You know what I'm saying? I'm childish. I'm going to grow up. But look at the subtitle. It says, How to Get What You Want from Men, Love, Respect, Commitment, and More. It's very specific, guys. See, a lot of times with the way that we position a book, if you title it right, you don't even have to sell it. I promise you, when I saw that book, I bought it right away. Not only did I buy the book right away, but I read it. I don't think I ever read a book so fast. Why? Because the promise that it made. Did I need to know who Kara King was? No. But the book alone had me in my mind like, let me Google this lady. I need to find out who she is. Does she got a conference coming up? What's going on? Okay? Does that make sense? Look at this book right here. All you need to know about the music business. The 10th edition. By the way, do y'all notice that? It says 10th. That means that it's come out 10 different times. The same book. So he's added to it. He's updated. Because guess what? Every year the world changes, right? If you are in the music industry and you see a book that says all you need to know about the music industry, are you going to buy it? Yes or no? Of course you are. You're like, oh, I need to get this book, right? And let him just sound like he know what he's talking about. If he tells you in my masterclass or in my mastermind or in our retreat, you are instantly thinking to yourself, I need to go. Never split the difference negotiating as if your life depended on it. Anybody that's a speaker, anybody that's a coach, anybody that's trying to get people to say yes or get them to do what they want, you're going to say, you know what? The Wall Street Journal. What is a Wall Street Journal's bestseller, first of all? I ain't even ever heard of that. I just thought about that. Right? The Wall Street Journal bestseller. Okay? Normally we say New York's bestseller, right? And so, guys, just off the title, guess what you're going to do? You're going to say, ooh, I want a copy. Now look at these people. How many of y'all ever seen these people before? If you know these people, I want y'all to let me know in the chat. Just say, I know them. Put I know them in the chat. If you've seen these people. If you know these folks right here in the chat, put I know them. I see y'all. Y'all say y'all want to go to both 2 and 3, 1 and 2. All right, I see my travelers. Y'all got y'all passports. Yeah, don't be on here talking about y'all trying to come. Y'all ain't got no get you a passport. Daria says, yes, I got my passport. Okay. Guys, look at these people right here. They all built their businesses from the launch of a book. Lisa Nichols, no matter what, was what got her on The Secret. Tony Robbins, Awaken the Giant, that was his initial book that has now had him to become one of the biggest and most well-known coaches. We don't even know what kind of coach. He's just a coach. He gets you to train. He does a lot of NLP type stuff. Steve Harvey, didn't nobody know this man was a relationship expert? I still don't know. But he did write a book about it. And guess what? Do y'all know this book was the book where he went from being the Steve Harvey with the big shoe, the big wide pants and the stuff like that, to now he got stuff, everything is from Italian. Did y'all notice that when he came out with this book, it was like his life completely shifted. The right book, guys, can put you on platforms that will change your life. So for those of you, I just want to reiterate, some of us already have the books out, but maybe they need to be redone. Now, I hope that you guys would not be emotionally attached to the content versus the results. I hope that you guys would be more emotionally attached to someone saying, I need this book and I'm finna read it. So if you have to change the title, if you have to update the cover, if you got to do what you got to do, y'all, let's stop being emotional about the work we do. A lot of us, we get emotional about the stuff we did in the past. Y'all know the person that, they was the #1 athlete in their high school, or you was the #1 cheer captain on your dance side. I know I was the captain of my dance team, child. I remember I used to run. Well, I used to be the captain of my dance team. Child, that was high school. I am 42 years old. Am I 42? How old am I? 43, 40? I don't even know. Daria, get me right, girl. I don't know how old I am anymore. But guys, listen. You got to start getting emotional about the people that you're impacting, because that's what people will remember you for, right? Now, I want you guys to connect with one of our BPC members. This young lady that I'm going to bring on, guys, she has been doing some tremendous things. In fact, when she first joined Book Profits Club, she was not a published author. She actually became a published author as of recent, and now it's got multiple books coming out. But she's been able to really leverage what she has learned to build a full-time business. I'll never forget either, Daria, when you shared one day, you was like, because you did join us through the book camp, but we finally got the book published. But I remember you saying, I thought I was just coming to write a book. She never knew that now, a year and a half later, that she would be an official BPC family member. And so I want everybody to give it up. We're going to give a round of applause for none other than Daria Rosen. So if you could just share with us, how has BPC changed your life, and share a couple wins for us too, because you got some.
First, I will introduce myself. I am Daria Rosen. I help women shake the fear, ditch the shame, and graduate from their reproductive years as we move into the next season of life. So, as Taria said, when I came, I just wanted to write a book, not realizing all that entails. And I asked many of you who are my guests, I said, raise your hands if you have been fearful or you have procrastinated on your book. And the reason why I ask you that question is because that was me. There was used to be a 3-day book camp. And so what we learned there, people finished a complete book in a weekend. And so, but I got fearful and I stopped. I procrastinated later. I stopped. I even utilized the process of telling people, hey, I have a book coming out. Who wants to be in it for free? So I knew that there were people who were there to support me, but I did not believe in me. Others actually became the wind beneath my wings to help me get to this point. So what I learned was you can be fearful. You can procrastinate. But if it is within you and God has given you that desire, then He's going to make a way in which for you to complete it. So, as Taria said, I did finish perimenopause, what your mother and your girlfriend didn't tell you. And you'd be surprised. Like she said, we went to Africa. I spoke on a TEDx stage. I said I wanted to write a book. I didn't say I wanted to travel. I didn't say I wanted to speak, but it has come up that way. I am now in a magazine, which is our Author All Stars. So our other BPC members as well and other authors are in magazines. So the one desire of starting just writing a book, because that's what I wanted to do, has branched itself into many other areas. And I am looking forward to where this actually continues on.
Daria, I love it. I love it. I'm looking forward as well. I mean, literally, guys, one thing that I can tell you that with Daria, what we have done is we've created an entire business behind it. And so, and Daria, I'll even have you still plug and let everybody know I'm going to come back to you, but we've created an entire business. So she even has products, guys, now that she can offer to her client base. She can identify based on their challenges and their symptoms what they need now. Also, because she's very specific and niche, she's not just I help women overcome, living the best life. No, she has a specific transformation. It makes her stand out. And so as we continue to keep, and this is a topic that I think is so important because don't nobody tell you that there's a thing called perimenopause. I didn't even know that. So between 35 and I forget the ages of 50, I think it's 35 and 50. And so she has a very specific niched audience. And then even when she helps them through that process, she could take them to the next process. And so really quick, Daria, because I know that you do have a way for anybody that knows someone or that can relate. How can they get in touch with you? Where can they go?
So you can reach me at www.imstillhot.com. And I want you to think about this. Even if you are beyond perimenopause and you are in menopause, I asked you the question, have you shared information with the younger women? Most women still haven't. If you are a gentleman and you are living with a woman or you have sisters or someone in your life and you're starting to notice things, this is, you need to know this as well. So yes, it is for women. The book, I wrote it to women between 34 and 54, but it is a something that, it is a something. It is something that all of us need to know. All of us need to be able to share it, speak freely, because it's just part of life. So if you're wondering, am I seeing something? There is a wonderful checklist where you can check some of those symptoms that are the more common ones that start. So if you go to www.imstillhot.com, you can check those symptoms and you can also find the book Perimenopause, What Your Mother and Your Girlfriends Did Not Tell You.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Daria, for sharing. And thank you for also showing us how she's not just an author. So that's, and that's why we have literally created this opportunity to talk to you guys, because a lot of times as authors, it's like we just sit on that, right? And I want to ask you guys a serious question. I want to ask you a serious question. Do you think it's easier to sell $10,000 worth of books per month? If you think it's easier to sell $10,000 in books per month versus easier to leverage books to make over $10,000. I hope that you said the latter, and I hope that you believe the latter, because just what you saw with Daria, she's leveraging her book to be able to build trust amongst the women who can relate to what the transformation is that she offers, and she's building multiple streams of income. Y'all just watch out for Daria and see what it is that she's going to be doing. David says, great website. Awesome. Well, that's a part of our BPC system, by the way. I just got to shamelessly plug it. And so that is something that we offer to our clients. And she's no longer an elite member. Daria is actually one of our inner circle members. And so if you want to know more about what she has going on, baby, she's going to be speaking at our Author All-Stars Conference that's coming up in Atlanta in December. So I cannot wait. I know. Honey, we're going to prepare y'all for something good. I'm going to make her be real dramatic. She don't even know it. All right. So secret number 2. She going to come up there sweaty and all type of stuff. I'm telling you, this is how we going to do it. Okay, so secret number 2, guys, the $10,000 per month strategy. So let's get into this. Jim Rohn says the success is 20% skills and 80% strategy. You might know how to succeed, but what's more importantly is what is your plan? See, everybody know what it takes to make money. Like, we know it's work and focus and all that stuff. You know, all the stuff you hear at the Rah Rah seminar, right? But the question is, what is the specific strategy that with what you need to be doing on a daily basis? And for me, I'm going to be honest, and if anybody can relate, I want you to type this in the chat. I don't need hype, rah, rah. What I need to know is what should I be doing every single day so that I can hit my goals. Is anybody else with me on that one? Like, can y'all relate to that? Like, please, listen, I don't need no more hype fest. Okay, we good. Taria, can we get some strategy? I've been going to the conferences. They done hype me up enough. Can I get some strategy? And then for the strategy, they going to upsell you and upsell you and upsell. No. Can I get some strategy for the investment that I've made, right? So I want to give you guys some strategy here on today. Now, let me ask you guys a serious question. For the job that you currently have or had, because I know some of us are not employed anymore, but for those of us who have a full-time investor, by the way, never, ever, ever feel bad about having a job. I was talking to a young lady earlier today, and she was like, "Chad, I'm just getting off my job." I said, social media got to stop. So social media really has to stop trying to make people feel bad about being gainfully employed. That is a blessing. Hello? But with the current full-time investor that you have or had, typically, how many hours per week would you have to work to make $10,000 a week? I mean, a month. Shoot. Well, some of y'all going to be at $10,000 a week. But how many hours would you have to work to make $10,000 a month? I know me. I have a bachelor's in computer science. It happened so long ago. I don't even know. It sounds weird to say I have because I ain't used it since I graduated. But I have a bachelor's in computer science from Hampton University, the prestigious Hampton University. And when I graduated, the most I ever made when I was working in corporate was $26,750 a year. So to make $10,000 a month, I couldn't even make that because I was on salary. Okay, so I want everybody to think, Shantae says 100, right? How many hours would you have to work per week? So I get it. When we tell you that we have a strategy where we're going to show you how to work 2 to 4 hours per day, and this will help you to generate $10,000 a month, I understand why for some of us, Taria, that sounds, as like our young kids would say, like cap. That sounds like cap. Well, guys, there is a book that's out there, and I would encourage you guys to go get it. It's called The Compound Effect. And the truth is that if you're willing to do small, minute activities over a long period of time, you will build up the momentum to generate the income that you desire. Okay? So our goal is to show you how to work 2 to 4 hours per day. But stay consistent. I don't care if we don't feel like it because you're not. I don't care if we are tired, because you will be. I don't care if somebody that made you mad today, because they will, okay? We've got to stay consistent, okay? And all you need is one business, and we'll turn that business into 4 different ways of how you present and build your income. Thank you, Nishika. Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, y'all. It's a good book. Go read it, okay? So every single one of our BPC members have what we like to call a hook item. So Daria gave you one, and I'm pretty sure, do me a favor, because I just want to test to see what was her domain. Daria, don't type it in the chat. What was her domain? If anybody remembers what her domain was, type it in the chat. I want to see if y'all can remember. The hook item is designed to give away for when you are speaking on other people's platforms, when you are speaking on podcasts and stages, so that you can collect leads. Guys, your most valuable asset in business is not a one-time customer. Because a one-time customer is just what it is. It's a one-time customer, a one-time check. Your most valuable asset is your database. Why is that? Because when you build up a database and you build trust, typically the person who bought from you one time, if you build the trust, you give them some good results, they'll buy from you again. They'll buy from you again and again. And again and again and again. The best customer to have is one who's already a customer. And so what we need to be focusing on, guys, is building our database. This is why we do not teach you to sell on Amazon. Because Amazon does not give you the customer. In fact, what you do for them is you give them your customer, and they do exactly what I'm telling you. They start referring your customer to other products and services based upon what they bought or based upon the genre of book that they bought from. So we teach you guys how to create a free item giveaway that is of great value, not something that's a throwaway. It still needs to be good. Daria's checklist, y'all got the domain. I'm still hot. Y'all can remember that because it is what we call a radio ready domain. Very easy to remember. It's very easy to spell. We didn't give no hyphens and dots and periods and all types of stuff. I'm still hot.com, and we know it's going to be a checklist, okay? So that's the free giveaway. Every single one of you, when you are with BPC, we're going to work on showing you guys how to put together that free checklist or the free download or the free masterclass, okay? Your second item is your intro item. It is your book, okay? Now, for those of you who did type 3 that you're not yet an author, remember, we've got tons of publishers in the house, and we also have a strategy where we can teach you in 5 to 6 hours how to get the content. Literally sit down, get laser focused. Let's have a book, and let's get it done. Your book is a marketing tool. Everybody type this in the chat. Book money is no money. See, if you wrote a book and you thought that your book was going to be what make you millions of dollars, as far as the selling of it, no. Your book is your marketing tool. And so I need to see more of you guys leveraging your book. I need to see if you go and use social media, are you reading from your book on social media? If you're trying to get on podcasts, are you sending these podcasts a copy of your book? Y'all, I got on a podcast with this guy that I've been following for several years. I sent him literally all 4 of my books and the magazine, the Author All-Stars. He was so impressed, y'all. He trying to partner with us. I said, well, I don't partner with nobody unless they in BPC. We don't do that. Okay. So book money is no money, guys. If your focus is only to sell a $20 book, you're going to have to work extremely hard. I get it. Because most of us, when we was coming up $20 an hour, that was a lot of money. So if I can make $20 or at least $15 a book, that's great. No. Guys, you can leverage and be able to get 50 to 100 books in qualified hands and make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month when done the right way. Your next item is what we call a core item. Now, we have a brand new program that we're launching in July. It is our Speakers and Trainers series, where we're allowing our elite and inner circle members to actually train. And they're going to be able to offer a core item, okay? Your core item is your middle priced item. Now, Daria's core item is a combination of products and services, okay? And so she has these different kits that are available based upon what your symptoms are. So some of you guys might have a core item that's a one-on-one strategy session. Maybe some of you guys that are speakers, maybe you don't really want to do a lot of one-on-one coaching and stuff, but maybe you like doing retreats or dinners. Do we have anybody here that likes to do dinner events? So once a month, you might do the boss brunch. I'm just calling it that, but you might call it something else because boss brunch has been used, right? It's been used. But you might call it something else, a brunch that you do once per month. I got a young lady here in Houston. I don't know her personally, but I've been to her event, and she does this monthly like brunch type thing. It's not really a brunch, like everybody walk around the vendor tables. She got good food though, and some wine. She got some Jesus juice. And when I tell you her tickets are $150 to $250, and that thing gets sold out every single time she does it. Hello? But the only thing is, if she had a book that could talk about probably networking, which I would write a book about how to effectively network, and then I would still have a premium product, because if somebody is willing to spend $150 for a couple of hours, baby, they got $5,000. Hello? As long as what you're offering as far as the transformation is something that they need. And then we have a premium item, which is your high ticket item. Now, this is the deal. You don't need to sell a ton of them to make great money. Imagine this. If we could show you how to get 50 books in qualified hands, and 10% of the people who are qualified, they actually buy your premium product. Let's just pretend that your premium product is $1,000, okay? $1,000. Now, many of you guys, our premium product was up to $7,000, okay? And yes, we had people paying that. But we'll start at 1,000. 10% of 50 is 5. 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. Many of you guys have been to one event and you've had 20 to 30 people purchase your book. But your follow-up, you had none because you didn't collect their contact information. You didn't follow up with them multiple times because you got to follow. Listen, people will tell me all the time, oh, Taria, you email me like every day. Sometimes I might get a couple of emails. Cool. Will you forget about me? No, you won't. Amazon sends y'all emails every day, morning, noon, and night. We don't get mad at Amazon. Netflix gonna make sure they text you all the time about they increase on their prices. We don't get mad at Netflix. So you have to operate your business the same exact way. Everybody with me? Amen? All right. So here is our BPC success schedule. If you can commit to this, this is how you're going to get to the $10,000 a month. And I'm going to tell you guys, you got to be willing to do this for 90 days. It takes 90 days of consistent activity before you see the fruit of your labor, okay? And so 1 hour a week, you do one webinar. This is a webinar, guys. So many of you guys are watching us do a webinar. Now, for some of you guys, your webinar, ours is a little longer than an hour. We're almost done, but it's about an hour 15, hour 20, right? But you do one webinar per week, offering the transformation that you provide. Number 2, a 30-minute broadcast per week. This could be on your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, where you are reading from your book. You do 2 to 3 hours of what we call discovery sessions. Now, I want to see if anybody in the chat knows what a discovery session is. What is a discovery session? Go ahead and type that in the chat if you think you know what a discovery session. Like, what is the ultimate goal of a discovery session? If you think you know, put that in the chat and we'll see. And then you're going to do 1 hour of DMs, direct messaging. Y'all, let me tell you something. I don't care what none of these ad people tell you. I don't care what none of these marketing people tell you. All of them be up in them DMs. They be trying to tell y'all no because they want you to invest into their ads course. I'm not saying don't do ads if you have the passive income to invest. But when I got started in 2015 and launched my coaching business, the number one way that I made money was sliding up in them DMs. Every single week I had a workshop that I was doing, and you was going to get a message where I was going to ask you, what are you doing on Thursday? What are you doing on Saturday? So can you commit to at least 30 minutes in the morning sending out messages and then 30 minutes in the evening to replying back to the messages? That's what we did. Okay, so a discovery session is a sales call. So 4 to 6 discovery sessions, aka sales calls per week. How do you get people to get on a call for a discovery session? You literally invite all the people who've downloaded your free giveaway, everybody who's upgraded and purchased your book, everybody who's watched your broadcast and you told them to go register for your free giveaway. When you do a webinar, you can invite them. So you do 4 to 6 on average. When you start learning how to do this, guys, you will close 50% of your discovery sessions. And then finally, 2 to 4 hours per month, 2 OPPs. OPP, you know what OPP? Yeah, you know me. No, other people's platforms. So you're going to get on other people's platforms. And how do we do that? We send people copies of our magazine. We send people copies of our book. We let them know, I'm here. See, the challenge that I see with most of us is we publish the book and we think, whoo, I'm done. Oh, okay, let's go. No, guys, the book is just an additional add-on to the marketing that you must put out there in order to get on these platforms. You got to pitch yourself. You got to reach out to the people. They may not know that you're out there, okay? And so you got to be willing to do that. So that is, by the way, if we look at this schedule, y'all, this is not even 2 to 4 hours a day worth of work. This is not even 2 to 4 hours a day worth of work. Everybody, I don't care how busy we are, if you know that this is something that you've been called to do, if you know that God has called you to impact people in the way that you have had to overcome, then we shouldn't have excuses, y'all. Oh, and this is what people do all the time. Oh, what's real? You know, I wish I ain't had no kids. Excuse me. Y'all better start putting y'all kids to work, number one. And number two, that should be your biggest reason, because they're watching. Oh, to real, well, I wish I wish I wish I had a husband. Well, why don't you go ahead and do what you need to do till the husband comes? Well, to real, well, you don't understand because I got to work a job and they work me all day from sun up to sundown. But you still know what happens on your favorite reality TV show. It's called a short-term sacrifice for a permanent life of impacting the world. Short term. It's not forever. And the biggest misconception that we have is we think that we got to work 20 hours a day in order for us to be able to impact lives. I don't know about you, but I'm not attracted to that. I'm not attracted to being on Instagram at 11 p.m. at night because I'm trying to build my business. I'm not attracted to having to be on live every single day because I'm trying to convince people to invest into my program. I want to work 2 to 4 hours a day and then go live a lifestyle based on what I want to do, when I want to do it, with whom I want to do it with. And if I could get an amen, can y'all type amen in the chat? This is not a practice, sir. This is not a preaching service, but I'm just want y'all to type amen anyway. All right, so action takers. I hope we have some action takers here because we have some really, really good goodies for you guys. In fact, today and tomorrow is the last day that you can take advantage of one of these amazing goodies for the month of July. So you want to go ahead and jump into this because we have a great goodie for you guys. Number one is we want to talk to you guys about Project 1000. This year, we will help 1,000 authors, speakers, coaches, and networkers to generate over $10,000 a month, okay? We're going to show you guys the technique. We're going to show you the strategy. We're going to show you what you need to do. More specifically, I gave you gave you a schedule, but we want to show you how to do it specifically. We want you to be plugged into something where people are winning. We have so many BPC members right here in the chat that can tell you every single week we have opportunities for you guys to get re-engaged and engaged, okay? And so we are looking for people that want to be a part of that. Now, if you are tired of the influencer hype and you're ready for the real help, I want you to type me in the chat because I know it. Listen, a lot of people running around, they talk about church hurt. Well, people got coach hurt. People got cap hurt. You mean they cap to you so much you're tired of it, you're sick of it. Everything that somebody said, anything somebody offered you, like, this is a lie, I know it don't work. People be over here talking the talk and they not walking the walk. Well, let me tell you something, y'all. We are literally walking the walk. And the best thing about it is if you can believe in yourself to sell 4 books, even if the book is not out, you can actually be a part of our membership. We have people that will literally text one person and the one person says, put me down for 5. So for the amount of 4 books that you would sell 4 books for, you can be a part of what I believe, hands down, is about to be one of the biggest shift changers in this industry of information technology. We had a gentleman, so we got this magazine called the Author All-Stars magazine. The gentleman, his name is Josias, and Josias was telling me, he's now in the 2nd edition, he was telling me that he takes this magazine everywhere he goes. And he said that he was offered an opportunity. Well, he was pitched to be in Forbes 30 Under 30. He's a young man. And when I was talking to Josias the other day, he said, do you know the reason why Forbes told me that they wanted to select me to be in their 30 Under 30? It's like, no. He's like, they said because I was in a magazine. When I tell you what we're setting up for our Book Profits Club family, we're doing so many different things that are designed to get you exposure, experience, and the right environment. And so, for those of you guys who typed me, I'm glad to see it. I see you, Clarence, Miss Manners, caring character, intelligent habitant, idea driven. I think these names are so funny. I'm sorry. Shantae, outgoing individual. I see you all typing me. If you're still breathing, you have a second chance. You got a third chance. Y'all, shucks, you got a 4th and a 5th chance. Don't beat yourself up because maybe you feel like, you know what, I should have been did this, or I could have did this last year, or I should have. Don't beat yourself up, y'all. There's never a better moment to change your life than now. Take the step. Invest in yourself, but don't just invest financially because that money comes and it goes. That's not what I care about. What I care about is plugging in and staying connected, even when the days are tough. Amen? So let's talk about Book Profits Club. So we have 3 main parts to Book Profits Club. Our Monday night meetings. So when I tell you our Monday night meetings are like having an accountability group on steroids, I've never seen a group that is the way that we operate on Monday nights. So typically what we do every 1st and 3rd Monday, we also have a guest speaker that'll come in to train on different topics that are associated with what's going on in the world. But we also do something where we share our wins. just past Monday, we had, I don't know, I feel like we had a shares of, as far as income generated, of over $200,000 plus in income generated. But then we have so many different shares from as big as, Lord, I rebuke what I was about to say. I was about to say small, but there's nothing small. We don't ever do anything small. But as big as someone saying, you know what? I sold 5 books this week. To some people say, you know what? I just closed a $160,000 deal. See, one thing about Book Profits Club is that we celebrate it all. Sometimes we're so busy just focusing on the end in mind because social media is so grandiose and we see everybody with these big cars and big jewelry and big trips, and we forget that the small things that we do that we see as small to other people are grandiose. And so we celebrate that. And on top of that, it's an opportunity to get coaching as well. So if you got something coming up, you need a question, you need some help, you have Monday nights to be able to plug in and get that. Then we have a Telegram chat. In the Telegram chat, y'all, I mean, just in the chat the other day, one of our superstars, Tyran, I don't know if he's here. I thought I saw him. I saw Tyran in the chat. I don't know if he's still here, but Tyran was doing a live on Instagram. And Tyran, was it Daria? I think Daria was the one who posted in the chat, like, hey, y'all, Tyran is on. And then I think Nishika, one of you guys, put the link. And then everybody had a chance to go see him live. Like, we are such a supportive group. And so I love that about our Telegram chat. Also, we have some great things that are happening. Sharon Baker Boykin, let me tell you, Sharon is a lawyer. And so I sent out 60 copies of this magazine. And because she's in BPC and she's in the magazine, we had a media outlet that hit us back that said, well, we only deal with lawyers. I was like, oh, okay, well, we got lawyers. What you saying? And I was like, listen, well, can I send them to you? And so I'm going to make an email introduction in the morning with Sharon and the lawyer because she's a part of the group. And that's what we do. And so I put a message in the group like, yo, do we got any lawyers here? And I remember Sharon was, but we are going to have more opportunities. So the Telegram group is for those immediate experiences and opportunities to share. Then we also pay a 50% commission payout. So for those of you guys who are like, you know what? Okay, I want to do this, but maybe I don't know if, $67 a month is something I'm not sure about. We'll bring you in at least 2 people who can pay for your membership up front. But you can invite as many people as you wish. And on top of our 50% commission, we're also going to be having a special award, 2 special awards for our top BPC members that are inviting other people. Because let me tell you something about it, specifically, if I can say this, within our community. I had a young lady today that was like, oh, you've referred me so much business. I'm going to give you some free stuff. I said, no. I was like, see, that don't mean nothing to me, giving me something for free. I paid for what I want. I'm going to pay for it. I want to pay full price. But let me tell you what's even more valuable. Collaborating. Let me tell you what's more valuable. Us working together. And so that's why we offer a 50% commission so that you can see the value in that. But also one thing I have come to learn, see, I don't know who was invited here by Daria, but everybody that's coming in and you were invited by Daria and you see what Daria is doing, it's going to increase your excitement as well. If you were invited by Tiffany, it's going to increase your excitement. If Nishika invited you, Lena Payton Webb, Heather, anybody that's a BPC member, it's going to increase your excitement. And so we pay you a commission just for doing what you were already doing in the first place. Now, how many of us like bonuses? Number 1 is you're going to be interviewed on our Wealthy Wednesday show. So any one of you guys, you'll be able to, and I think right now we're booked up until August, but you'll eventually get an opportunity to be on our Wealthy Wednesday, and it's just continuing to grow in viewership. We also list it on our Author All-Star website, and so you will get an opportunity not only just for the interview, but it also gets you exposure. And anybody that's ever been on Wealthy Wednesday, you already know after the call, guess what I'm going to do? Give you some additional coaching. So it's designed to also teach you guys how to interview for the purpose of getting leads. And so you're going to get on the show, but you're also going to get that additional help and training. Bonus number 2 is a general admission ticket to our 5K and 5-day challenge. So we no longer are offering this program anymore to the public. We're only making it available to Book Profits Club, and we're going to do it every other month. Our 5K and 5-day challenge is where we show you how to make up to $5,000 with your future book or even your current book. For those of you who like, you know what, I need to come out with a 2nd edition. I need to retweet this title. Or I need to come out with a 3rd or 4th edition. Where we show you how to generate up to $5,000. In fact, if you did not make $5,000 with your book, then you did not launch it right. I'm just being honest. I ain't trying to listen. So you get free access as a general admission member to the 5K and 5-day challenge as many times as you wish to come. Okay? So you get to come over and over again. So you get the Monday night meetings, which are like our accountability groups on steroids, the Telegram chat, you get the 50% commission, you get interviewed on our Wealthy Wednesday, you get general admission ticket to the 5K and 5-day challenge. But guess what? We've got more. Now, I love what Richard Branson said. He says, always think, what's the worst that could happen? And just have some kind of plan to deal with it. The worst that'll happen is that, okay, you might have invested $67 this month. That's 4 books. Go ahead and pre-sale, make the money so you can get it back. But now you're connected to a group where I promise you, Project 1000. I'm so convinced of this. We're going to probably make some t-shirts for the Alpha All-Star. We're going to call it Project 1000, okay? Because it's a real deal, Holyfield out here. But here's the third bonus. So we're launching in July our speakers training. It's our speakers training edition. And so we have some incredible members like Daria Rosen. We have some incredible BPC elite members that are in the house, inner circle members and BPC coaches. And we had a conference just recently called Ignite to Profits. And on Friday, all of our BPC inner circle members got a chance to speak. Well, the takeaway from that was that everybody was like, this information was amazing. And so we are now offering in July, where every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's going to be a training made available. You'll be able to plug into training every day, optional. But the great thing is that there's different transformations that our BPC members offer. And so not only will they get the opportunity, of course, for the experience and exposure, but you guys will also get the opportunity to learn, because trust me when I tell you, we have some really dope men and really dope women that have some amazing services, products, and transformation available. So, I mean, we got courses like this. Look, turning your content into online courses, developing resilience in times of adversity, how to heal through book writing, how to break free from identity crisis, how to sell online and on stage, how to get your credit in order, how to plan for future legally, how to publish a passion book, and more. Guys, we have so many different topics that are available, and you guys will be able to plug into some new training every single day. So you have your Monday night meetings, your Telegram chat, 50% commission payout, the interview on Wealthy Wednesdays, the general admission ticket to 5K and 5-day challenge, the daily trainings. All of this, guys, ladies and gentlemen, is only $67. $67. This is what you need to do, guys. You need to get back with the person who invited you. If you join tonight, Thursday tonight, make the investment in yourself. Everybody who joins tonight, you will also be included in our article that's going to be going out in July of the authors, speakers, and coaches to watch. So we're not only going to just publish the article, but we're going to also put out a press release every single month. If you get started, when you get started on the day of, because we actually know who's here and we can track that, but you get started on Thursday, then you will be a part of this article we're going to be putting out there. This will be your first level of exposure through the Book Profits Club. You'll be able to reshare that. You'll be able to use that. And not only will you just get the article, but we're also putting out a press release that will allow you to use the as seen on Fox, CBS, all that good stuff. You guys, and I'm going to show you how to use that, okay? So if you get started tonight, everybody type tonight in the chat space. You literally will get this additional bonus, $150 value. So again, the Monday night meeting, Telegram chat, 50% commission payout, interview on Wealthy Wednesday show, general admission ticket, that's a $97 ticket, the daily trainings put on by BPC coaches, elite and inner circles, and our monthly top speakers, coaches, and authors to watch article that you will be included in, that you can actually share to your audience. Ladies and gentlemen, get back with the person who invited you to this broadcast. They're going to tell you how to get started so that you can get access to this amazing, amazing bonus of the article and everything else that comes along with it. Again, get back with the person. Now, if the person that invited you was myself, then you need to email the email that I sent it to you from. But this is how we make it available so that you can invite your guests to also learn about what we're doing. Project 1000. We will effectively help 1,000 speakers, coaches, and network marketers this year generate over $10,000 a month working 2 to 4 hours per day. I just want to know, are you one of the 1,000? Go ahead and get back with the person who invited you. Get yourself started on tonight, okay? On tonight. And we will see you on our next Book Profits Club meeting. Guys, thank you so much. God bless you all. I pray that your day is full of peace, prosperity, and happiness, and everything in between. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Bye. Daria, tell everybody.